Hi, loves. Welcome to the Love Letters from Your Higher Self. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for sending me messages about how my readings help you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your feedback. So today's reading is going to be same, simple, easy. What do you need to know right now? And we have 3 groups, and you can choose just by the number of the group 1, 2, or 3, or you can check the timestamps in the description, and maybe some numbers will speak to you and help you choose the right group. So yeah, the question again, I will repeat that. The question is, what do you need to know right now? And you can choose group 1 or group 2 or group 3, or you can choose them all, or you can listen to them all and choose whatever speaks to you from each group, or you can choose a few, maybe like 2 of them. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with group number 1. Okay, group 1, what do you need to know right now? You need to count your blessings. You need to notice what's good around you, because I feel like you're too focused right now, too focused on one thing that you're trying to solve. And here I need to tell you that the energy of the problem is not the same as the energy of the solution. And you can have a lot of good things in your life, but if you focus on one thing that is not working and you being this energy of trying to solve it, you will mess the whole thing up, like eventually, if you're not snap out of it. And like the message for you is snap out of it. The energy of the problem is not the same as the energy of the solution. And if you have a problem, you cannot solve it by observing the problem, because whatever you do from the energy of I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem, will create this problem. And what you need to do is stay in the vibe of it's already solved. If it was already solved and you had the best outcome and everything worked out really, really great, and some time has passed and you are sitting there knowing that it's already solved in the best way possible, and you're so happy and you're chill, how do you feel? How do you feel? Relaxed, maybe happy, maybe relieved, maybe excited, right? Sit in those feelings, be in those feelings, return to them often, and the solution will find you there. Either you will receive an idea, or the problem will just solve itself and you will, find out. You need to trust that you're taken care of. You need to trust that, oh, there is this message that I received for myself when I was doing channeling for myself last week. And the message was that, like, fulfilling your desire is not just your job. It doesn't only depend on you. Just like the planet Earth spinning is not something that depends solely on you. And like, whenever you have a desire, it means that there are cooperative components, as Abraham Hicks calls them. Like, there are other people who are interested in this. There are other, energies that also want this for you, because like it will benefit them too. And every part, like every energy, every interested cooperative component is working on it. Like it's not only, it doesn't only depend on you. And everything else in the universe is working for you, with you, in your favor, and you can relax. And by relaxing, you're already doing the thing, and like shifting into the energy of solution is what helps you. And like, yeah, it helps you to align with what you want. And like, what you need to understand and what you need to to trust is that you're not alone and it's already working. My favorite saying is that, like, you're worth it and it's not up for discussion. It's possible and it's not up for discussion. and it's already happening and it's not up for discussion, and you can only relax. And like when you are in that feeling of it's already done, it's already working out and I can relax, this feeling creates the outcome that you want. Stop hyper focusing on it. Take care of yourself. Look at the things that are working great in your life, and like take it all in and allow it to fill your cup, and rest and take care of yourself, because this is the work. This is the work. This is you shifting into the energy of the solution. And it's like, it's the most important work. When you are running wild and crazy and obsessing and being scared and trying to solve something and you don't know how to solve it because your mind doesn't know, like you need to ask something else, higher self, your inner being, your heart, like, and for that you need to stop your thinking process to actually be able to hear your intuition, to actually be able to hear your heart. Like, this is the most important job. This is the most important work that you need to do, that you get to do, and you need to do that. And that's all for group number 1. Thank you for listening, and let's shift to, I don't know how to say it, to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, what do you need to know right now? What do you need to be reminded of? Is that I want to say the time has come, and it's the time for you to admit to yourself what you want. And like, I feel like there is something that's going on inside of you that you're trying to figure out, but you are trying to figure it out from this energy of running away from yourself and from the truth, and you need to be honest with yourself. And the honesty around this is about, and what do I want, and how do I want to solve this? Like the pretty simple example that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be your situation, but like it's just to show like what I'm talking about is, if you'd, for example, try to solve some conflict with someone, and you were doing your best, to be heard, you were doing your best to explain yourself and maybe over explain yourself, and you were doing your best to understand this other person, and like, you're bending, what's the saying, you're bending over backwards, or like something like that. I hope I didn't butcher this phrase, but like you are jumping through hoops. Oh, that phrase I know. It's like you're trying so hard to be understood and to be this voice of reason, and you're trying to solve this, and like it just doesn't work. And no matter how much you try, it just doesn't freaking work. And the truth that you are called right now to look at is, what do you actually want? Because chances are you might not even want to, I don't know, like to be friends with that person or to, maybe you don't even want or need for this person to be understood, to give yourself a permission slip, to be who you are. And maybe you're understanding something else from working hard on this. What can it be? And maybe you need to journal about it. Like, and even if it's not about a conflict with another person, I feel like it just is applicable to any situation. Like when you try to solve something for a long time and you've put so much effort into it, it's teaching you something. Even though I personally, human Dasha, I hate this concept of the universe teaching us something. It's not about that. And I want, like, it's very important for me personally to tell you that. It's not the universe testing you. It's not God not giving you something because he wants you to learn the lesson first. It's not about that at all. It's about that you're doing something, you're trying to achieve something not in alignment with yourself and with your true desires. And you're probably doing something because you feel like you have to, because you feel like you should, and this is why you're doing 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And like you want evolution, you want to move on to something, but you cannot until you figure this out, right? And my job here right now is to say to you that like this order in your head is screwed up. Like it doesn't have to be this way, and you are stopping yourself from your own growth right now and from your own evolution toward your desires, toward like the life of your dreams, because you have this screwed up order in your mind. And like it doesn't have to be this way. This is how you are stopping yourself from progression. And what you need to look at is that like you're doing something in this order, not because you want to do it like that, but because you feel like you have to, and you need to give yourself permission to not do that. Another example that comes to mind is that like how we usually do it when we like, for example, let's say you want to buy a house, but like you're not giving yourself permission to just manifest a house, for example, because you, like in your mind, you need to first get a good job with a good like salary, so you could then save money to buy a house, right? And what you focus on right now is not what you really want, what you really, really want, not on a house. You're focusing on like getting a job, and like you're trying so hard and you're doing all this work and you're manifesting your dream job, and it's not working because you don't really want a job. You want a house, and like you're not giving yourself permission to shift to manifesting a house, because you have all these shoulds in your head, and they just not making you happy. They are something that you need, like you feel like you need to do instead of like you want to do, and it just messes things up for you. And it's time for you to be honest with yourself. It's time for you to look clearly at what you're trying to create and failing at. Like, your inner child, your heart wants to tell you something, but you need to listen, and you need to be honest with yourself. And maybe you need to do some, like shadow work. Maybe you need to just, I don't know, maybe pull some cards if you practice that, like if you work with cards. Or maybe you just need to, like drop into your heart and use this prompt of, like, if I was completely and totally honest with myself, what would I want right now? What would I not want right now? And these things that are, like very hard for me to manifest right now, what do I feel about them? Do I really want them? Maybe I want them in some other way. Maybe they just are not important for me at all. You need to listen to the unspoken within you, because there is some unspoken within you, And that's it. That's all for group number 2. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it was helpful. And we're moving on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3. What do you need to know right now, or like some kind reminder that you need to hear right now? So, what you need to know right now is all is well. Everything is working for you. Everything is working in your favor. And you need to relax. And I feel like you know that, and I feel like it's not something that you need to be reminded of, because like you already are in this vibe. And you're already trusting. Maybe this is what's coming through more. Like you need to trust, and this should be your kind reminder that like drop into trust more. And I heard this phrase from one of the law of assumption teachers, Gaia, from the channel Manifested Finesse It. She said that, maybe I talked about it before here on this podcast. She said that the energy of fear and the energy of faith are like, it's the same work that you do, only for some reason going into fear for us is like it's more common, and it creates anxiety and more fear. But like it's just an imaginary scenario that we choose to believe in, and like we might as well choose faith instead and put all our effort into that, into thinking about that scenario. And what I feel like sharing, what I feel like telling you right now is that for you, trust could be the same thing. Like faith and trust, they have, well, maybe to whom how, maybe like for you it's the same, right? But I wanted to say that it has, like, faith and trust have a little bit of a different flavor. And for you, if I ask you to drop deeper into trust and work on that instead of fear, instead of anxiety, that would mean something deeper for you if I would just say drop into faith, right? Like drop into trust. This is the message for you today. Like you're doing everything right, and the only thing that you may be stressing about is that, like, this doubt that lives inside your heart, like you question whether you're doing everything right, whether you need to effort more. And I love this affirmation that I came up with in Russian that says, oh, hold on, I will remember. Все хорошо, я все делаю правильно, у меня все получается, все работает. Everything is okay, I'm doing everything right, everything is working out. And I forgot again. Все хорошо, я все делаю правильно, у меня все получается, все работает. Все хорошо, everything is okay, я все делаю правильно, I'm doing everything right. У меня все получается, everything is working out, все работает, everything works. Well, like it sort of sounds the same in English, but it's like different. It's like I'm doing everything good, I'm doing everything correctly, I'm doing everything right, and it's all working out, and things just work in my favor. Like, basically, the point is to calm yourself down and to soothe yourself and to give yourself the message of that life is working in your favor, and whatever depends on you, you're doing correctly too. And so, like, this is what I would suggest you do: soothe yourself more and drop more into trust. Because, like, there is movement even if you don't see it. There is movement. Like, things are happening. And, like, if you were choosing between group 2 and group 3 and you chose group 3, if you feel called, listen to group 2 also, because, like, it's a little bit about that also. Like, you need to trust, you need to build. You know what? Right now, actually, I'm thinking, why did I tell you that group 2 is about that one? Like, I even forgot what it was about, and I checked the card, and I was like, it's not really about that. But for some reason, I felt called to suggest, like, to you to listen to group number 2. So, like, trust yourself more than you trust me. But if you were choosing between group 2 and group 3, maybe listen to group 2. If not, like, if you don't feel it's necessary, don't listen to group number 2. So the message for you is that, like, you need to drop into trust. You need to trust more, and you need to relax, and you need to trust that there is movement, because faith moves mountains. And I like how Katrina Ruth used to teach. I don't know, like, I'm not sure how she teaches faith now, but, like, she used to say that faith is not just this emotion that we stay into to just feel good, to soothe ourselves. And in the meantime, like, the world is doing its thing, the life is doing its thing, and, like, and we're just lying to ourselves by staying in faith. No, faith is this potent energy that moves mountains. And when we are dropping into faith, even if we don't do anything else, any other practice, but if we have faith that everything is working out and everything is working in our favor, this faith creates the outcome for us. And you need to drop into this faith. Well, actually, trust. For you, I feel like, this whole conversation about faith for you, I mean, it is for you, but I want to substitute the word faith with the word trust in everything that I just said, that this trust is not just some energy that we use to soothe ourselves, like without solving anything actually and addressing anything. It's actually like, it's important. And even if you don't do anything else, even if you don't have energy for anything else, but if you drop into trust and you choose to trust that everything is working out for you, this trust will move mountains. This trust will create the outcome that you need. But you need to trust that the energy is in motion already, that everything is working out for you. I feel also I also feel called to say that if you were choosing between group number 1 and group number 3, maybe you need to listen to group number 1, because it will also give you a bigger, like a fuller picture, a fuller message. But yeah, that's it. This is what I felt like sharing with you, group number 3. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope it was helpful. I also want to remind you guys that I have another podcast in English called Joyous to Be. Lately, I do collective readings there too. I mean, like, two. This used to be just a podcast with my monologues, where I was just, sharing what I learned, some of my insights, etc. But now I mostly do collective readings there. And like, if on this podcast the readings are based in there are pick a card readings, then on Joyce to Be I do these collective readings with on different areas of life. And so if you like this content, I'm sure you will like that content too. So I will be happy to have you there. And that's all. All the links will be in the description box. And if you want to say hi, if you want to send me a message and share with me how my readings help you, I would really appreciate that. And it means a lot to me when you feel called to share how much my content helps you. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good day.